gamers, how you doing? I want to talk about Nintendo Power. I do a lot of Nintendo Power videos on this channel, and I'm a big fan of Nintendo Power. I grew up loving Nintendo Power and being subscribed from really the very beginning. First issue, 1988, up until 2012. Now, I have a handful of Nintendo Powers. I'd say I probably have maybe a third of them total. I don't have a complete collection. There's 285 altogether, and they're hard to find. If you don't have them today, you can go on eBay and sites like that and pay a pretty penny for them, and which is, some people do. But what's really fun, the reason I want to do this video is people have uploaded, take the time to scan every issue and upload them to archive.org. I'll put a link below or in the information area to where you can find this. Archive.org, for those who may not be aware, is a website where people basically archive things, and it's really to preserve history. And that's really the most important thing. So whether it's movies, music, magazines, comics, etc., you can find it on archive.org. Now, in the past, Nintendo has been a stickler regarding this, and they sent cease and desist. We'll see how long these actually stay up there. There's 40 gigs of memory of information available to download these magazines. So it's a lot of data, a lot of content. When I was I saw a Kotaku link earlier, and I was trying to click on that, and they kind of had another link where you can go and download the files all together, and that seems to be down at the moment. I'm not quite sure if it's just crashed or if it's like high traffic or it's just down, which wouldn't be surprise me, because Nintendo is, like I said, a stickler on it. However, you can search for them individually in archive.org. I've seen that they're still there individually, but it'd be nice to have like a central area where they're all there. Some of these issues can be quite hard to find. First issue, for example, goes for a crazy amount of money. Last issue, 285, also goes for a lot of money as well. It's kind of a remake of the original issue with Mario. But I want to talk about Nintendo, because Nintendo has been kind of a jerk about all this, right? They've been kind of assholes about the whole situation, and they're very particular about the brand, which I completely understand. And they don't obviously like ROMs, and they don't like people stealing the games, which I can respect. But they're not making new Nintendo Power issues, right? I think they have a podcast is basically how they're keeping the name alive right now, but they're not planning on releasing any more physical magazines to my knowledge. Now, if Nintendo were to come out and release their own platform and say, hey, for X amount of dollars, you can subscribe and have issues, you access to every issue of Nintendo Power, I would totally do that. I know an interesting analogy is I know Playboy had that for a while, where you could download and view Playboy issues from back in the day, and they had like a program where you can purchase from, and people did that. And I would totally be down for that for Nintendo Power. They don't have that. So they're kind of being weird about the situation where they're trying to take it down. That's frustrating, because it's preserving history, and people like myself and many others want to go on and read these issues and bring back memories of their childhood and just go back and look at the history, right? So they have to be preserved one way or another, kind of like how my argument about ROMs and games are, because you have to preserve those. Now, if Nintendo plans on releasing those games later on, certainly I will support that as well, right? So I'm not talking about taking money out of Nintendo pocket, and I don't think they have anything to worry about financially. But it's just really frustrating that they're going after these sites like this, because there's obviously demand for this. So if they're listening or paying attention, please do something. Have a program where if you're going to take it down, make money off of it at least. I know there's tons of people, including myself, who'd be willing to pay for it to have access to these magazines. So my advice is, if you have time, you can find it, download the issues. If you have space on it on your hard drive, it's 40 gigs, so it's quite a bit. But preserve it. Save history. Nintendo Power is a classic magazine. There's other ones like Game Pro and Electric Gaming Monthly that are also up there on my list of magazines I grew up reading as a kid and love. But there's also a great website called retromags.com, which I want to turn you guys to as well. It's another site that preserves gaming magazines specifically. There are a ton of magazines digitally on there for gaming magazines, including, I know they were big help in finding a lot of these classic Nintendo Power magazines. So if you want to have some good reading, check out retromags.com. I really appreciate the team putting that site together. Let me know what you guys think of the situation. Do you guys have fond memories of Nintendo Power like I did? Do you kind of would you support Nintendo if they decided to have some type of paid subscription where you can access these classic Nintendo Power magazines? But again, if Nintendo's not planning to do anything with them, they're not losing any money. If anything, it's helping them with their brand. So either you do one way or another. Either you leave it alone, let people do their thing and just have access to it, or you turn it into a program where you can make money on it. That's respectable. Your business, you have the right to do that. But don't do what you're doing currently by going after people and taking it down, and don't have any action to support those who want to support it, right? So that's my argument. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. I'm curious what you guys think. We'll see you guys soon. Take care and game on.